Let's talk a little bit about Dr. Gould. Is she living up to your expectations?
I'm very happy with her. I'm very excited. And while I haven't agreed on everything. Her hearts and her intentions are always sound. They're always good. And she doesn't mind dissent. And, she understands this part of it. But what I really like is she's excited. She's young. She's excited. She really likes to get her hands dirty and all this stuff. And I really can't wait to see the more that goes on.
Give me an inside look. Let's peel back the curtains a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Talk to me a little bit about the communication flow between the school committee and the superintendent's office, because it was one of those issues that came up with the Dr. Canfield. And I don't mean to bring that up, but it was a pretty significant thing that happened.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
it got everybody's attention. But communication amongst the two groups, or that office and the school committee, became a discussion point. How has that communication been, and are there things that are done differently now than the previous administration? Because as a voter, I'm thinking, wow, no one was talking to each other back then.
Yeah, I mean, again, I won't talk about the inside things that happened in the past.
Sure.
But what I will say now, you have a question, you shoot off an email, you get a response back immediately. Mm-hmm. You shoot off a phone call, she answers, she talks to you. Mm-hmm. The lines of communication are very good between the superintendent and us, which is what you need. Yeah. You need to have, if you don't have communication, what do you have? You just have nothing. Nothing works.
Yeah.
So she's fantastic. Communication's great.
So you're comfortable with it?
I'm very comfortable with it.
Now let's talk about the group, your school committee. Tell me about you guys. We said at the open of the show, you guys seem to have a good rapport. There's a mix of youth and older folks. I mean, you got a mix of everything going on in there. My outsider's view is I would say you guys probably have a pretty good relationship. But take me inside. Is this a good group? You guys, I'm throwing you a softball.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think we do a good job. I think the board, as it's constituted, does a very good job, and we work well together. Mm-hmm. Just the way I look at the way we've negotiated the superintendent's contract. Mm-hmm. That was probably one of the smoothest things I've ever seen done. We just
Why? What made it so?
It was quick. It was efficient, and it also helped that we had a very we had a perfect subject in the superintendent herself. Yeah. But we you know what, we work well together. While we may disagree on things, it's always I disagree and here's why. Not no, you're wrong. And I think that's lacking in society today, anyways. Mm-hmm. A civil discourse, I guess is the way to put that.
So let's now talk about the dynamic between the school committee and the selectmen. How do you guys work together?
I would say we work together all right. I mean, they give us guidance on the budget. Mm-hmm. We make it work. If there's questions, we go back. It's not explosive like I guess it's been in years past and before I moved here. Yeah. And some of the stories I heard. Yeah. I'd say it's a fairly decent relationship.
Yeah.
We have two different points of view and two different goals for each side. Right. But we find ways to make things work.
Jim Pierce is opting to leave the school committee. April 20th, I feel like is his last day.
I believe it's the last meeting before the election, I believe.
Okay.
So they wouldn't have to do so we'd be full up until the election. Have a full board.
So Jim is leaving. Jim sat in that very seat and explained to me that part of his reasoning, if not his only reason for leaving, is because he felt that at the selectman level, you really have more of a voice in the resources that can be generated or brought to the school district. I don't mind be very candid with me. As a school committee member who will be hopefully on that committee, do you see that exiting pal over there going off to do something that you can't do?
I don't know. I think if you want to advocate for the schools, school committee is a good place to do it. But you know, everybody has their own way of seeing things, and if he feels more comfortable and feels he can do more for the schools on the Board of Selectmen side, then that's, you know, it's up to him. Good luck
Have
to
you
him.
talked to Jim?
Yeah.
About
yep.
it?
When I heard about it, I wished him luck. I, you know, said, you know, we haven't always agreed, but, you know, again, we did it agreeably, and you know, good luck to you. You know, and there's no ill will.
Yeah.
So.
The discussion about the irony, I guess is what I would say, of Nancy Crossman running for his seat. Bizarre.
Yeah, he takes her out, she comes back. You know, it's see how much politics.
Yes, exactly. Tell me a little bit about those also on the board, and let's talk specifically about Jim. Jim is Jim Deaver.
Okay.
Jim is also up for re-election. Are you guys comrades saying let's go at it together, or you know, what's your take?
You know, I think we both have very different perspectives on things. I like Jim. Jim's a real good guy. Jim has a good heart. I feel that he's, you know, while we may not agree on the course of action, I think we generally agree on the result, and the common goal is to have the best education we can here in Sandwich.
Right.
So.
Okay. All right. I feel like I'm throwing you a bunch of softballs because you're answering these questions very, very good.
Glad you think so.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. In your mind, residents come to the polls because they have a vote. They say Sean is my guy or Sean is not my guy. There is, and we're kind of in a funny time. Are we going to have a high voter turnout? You know, what's going to motivate people? But when it comes to the determinations that you feel people have, I'm suggesting most of them would be parents that are really going to have a say in the school committee, others as well. What are some of those issues that are bringing people to the ballot to check yes or no, if you will, on Sean Roush or anybody else for the school committee?
You know, I think just looking for consistency and advocacy for the students of Sandwich. I feel that I have, at all times, voted in the best interest of the students. If given the chance of voting, you know, for administrative benefit or for educational benefit, I feel that I've voted for educational benefit. Mm-hmm. And then just things like I mentioned before, you know, keeping the fine arts, the musics, the athletics, keeping those programs in there. I think I've been a solid advocate for those as well.
So do you feel parents, so that would be the reason why to vote for you. Mm-hmm. What are some of the issues that people are feeling that they are most hot on right now?
Well, I think people are very, very excited about the pool. I'll use the term excited.
Okay, yeah.
I think people were very, very passionate about the budget with and without the STEM director. Mm-hmm. There's so many issues. Everybody goes and votes for different reasons. You know, yeah. you can ask 10 people, you know, why they support or why they don't support someone. You can get 10 different answers. Mm-hmm. I think the people who go to vote in the school committee election are voting to have the best possible schools for their kids and have the best advocates for that.
And you see yourself as an advocate?
I do.
Do you talk, I mean, are you engaged, Stop and Shop, or where are you?
I do.
I mean, are you pulled aside and people say, hey, what's going on?
Occasionally, yeah, I am. And, you know, the first couple of times it definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, hey, Joe, how you doing? You know,
yeah,
and,
right.
You know, we'll, it's nice. I enjoy talking to people. People email me all the time. People call me. I'm an open book. They message me on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's social media again. And, it's nice. I appreciate the input.
Yeah.
Because without the input, we're just up here doing it ourselves. So.
Well, that's a good point, because when you look at the meetings themselves, you know, you have motions, you open the meeting, you are there, you are. How much participation do you get from parents, from others in the room? Do you have audiences?
We do.
You have
we
a
do.
good
Yeah,
group
you
of
can't
people?
always see it from
Yeah.
from from where you sit, but there are, and sometimes the meetings go really late and people have to work, and I get that.
Right.
But we generally have a couple of people for public forum, and if they're not there for public forum, they've definitely emailed us, called us before the meeting.
Okay.
And I think it's with anything. If there's a real hot button issue, you're definitely going to have more people there. And our parents are great. They advocate like I would say like no other town.
Yeah.
The parents are great. They are active in their children's education, active in their town government, and
because you need that, I would
we
think.
absolutely
It's-
do.
It's the fuel that, otherwise you are
We're
in
just
a
up there
cone of
blind.
silence, just
Yeah.
wah.
We're here to
Yeah.
represent them,
Right.
and so with the parents, and so
Show up, be present.
exactly, and so without their input,
Yeah.
But I think we have a good group of parents, a very active group of parents. And
Yeah.
they make our job a little easier.
Yeah. So you talk about advocacy, but in a nutshell, I'm standing there and there's Sean Roush's name on the ballot, and I'm thinking, should I vote for him or not? Give me one good reason why I should circle your name.
One, you leave me one?
Okay, give me 42, but
Oh, okay. I think it's just consistency. I am always going to align the best interests of our students and families. Education first. It's a simple thing. Our students come first, and anything we can do to make Sandwich more competitive, I'm going to work to do that.
very good. Sounds like you're running for office. Is that what's happening?
Try not to tell anyone.
Yeah, I know, but I'll see your signs out
It's
there.
it's bad enough I work at a car dealership, so car dealership and politician, that's a double-edged sword.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. And you were in fine arts, and you played football at the same time in school.
I did.
So there's plenty of.
There's plenty of fodder out there
Hey,
for me.
you take things. You got a great personality. You have a nice way of speaking, and I do think that it is how our elected officials, if you will, those in town leadership, communicate with each other and with the public, with voters, with our neighbors, that really matters. And I'm a broadcasting guy. I'm an old communications guy. So I'm not the best at home, but I am always the one that, really believes in that type of communication. So I'm glad you're speaking to that. And I appreciate it. Good luck.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciated being here.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
You got it. I want to thank Sean for being here. Sean Roush, you can vote for him in the next election for school committee. He is running for as an incumbent. I also want to thank this program's executive producer, Paula Johnson. Paula works so hard to put these Meet the Candidate forums together. We believe in bringing you thoughtful discussion, meaningful discussion that will help you feel a little bit more engaged and a little bit more in the know as you go and vote for these positions. I hope to see you at the upcoming Candidates Forum. That happens to be on April 5th, which is this guy's birthday. And I think you're going to be 21, right?
I think it's my 4th or 5th 29th birthday.
Okay,
So,
all right, wow, okay.
Despite the gray hair.
Yeah,
It's coming in.
exactly. Well, happy early birthday
Thank you very much.
To you. On April 5th, that will be the Candidates Forum. It will be held up on the second floor of Town Hall. It's a nice opportunity for you to come and watch the candidates engage and talk to them, so on and so forth. It is a sponsorship between the Sandwich Enterprise, the good folks over there, and Sandwich Community Television, so I hope you see you there, and it will also be broadcast on television. Thank you for your time. I'm Greg Anderson. We'll see you next time.